Hello everyone, and welcome to another showcase video, this time about a wonderful little railroad management game, called Rail Route. It has been in early access since June of 2021, but as of the release of this video, it is now out in its full release form on Steam and GOG, and I'm happy to say, it should also have a 25% discount going for a little while to celebrate the occasion. I think we will start where we always do in such videos, and look at a broad rundown of the general gameplay. In this one, you play as a railroad dispatcher, managing the moment-to-moment operation of a rail network, making sure there are no delays, accidents, or any such mishaps going on under your watch. And I am happy to say, the game gives you a lot of problems to solve, and even more tools to fix them. There are a couple different game modes. In Rush Hour, you need to deal with ever-increasing waves of incoming trains, making sure they get where they need to go on time, and even a slight delay will impact your score. Timetable mode has pre-built maps, with a set timetable for the trains, and once again, the goal is to fine-tune things to be as efficient as possible. These modes are perfect to practice different aspects of the game, and test your skill against preset challenges. But the bread and butter of the game is Endless Mode. Here, you are given a massive map of stations, with a small starting network laid out, and you get free reins from then on, and you can expand the network as you please. In this mode, you start out with the bare essentials. You can place the basic tracks, manual signals, and that's about it. You will need to toggle switches and signals by hand, accept incoming trains by yourself. It can be quite a handful, even with a tiny amount of traffic going on just a couple of tracks at a time. Thankfully, there are upgrades, and there are a lot of them. You earn points for every successfully completed service, and you can use them to unlock new toys to play with. But before you do so, I recommend taking care of a couple convenience features, like automatically accepting incoming trains, and making them turn around by themselves when needed. Those will help save on clicks on the long run, not to mention that as the network expands, you will have so many trains running around, that it would be impossible to manually do all that. After that, you can start thinking about more complex things, like automated signals, all sorts of sensors, different service types, like intercity or freight, you can unlock shunting, multi-leg journeys, etc. It can be quite intimidating just looking at all the options. Thankfully, the game has a wonderful little tutorial mode, where you can learn the basics, and the best of it all, the whole thing is packaged in a neat little story, with a fully voice-acted narrative. We even get the occasional cutscene.
Oh, hello! You must be my replacement. I'm Josik. I've been the dispatcher here for over 30 years now, and I'll be training you today. It's good to meet you. This is the dispatch interface. Oh, don't worry. We're not very busy at the moment. We've got plenty of time to practice. Why don't we try moving around our view a bit to start? Great! Now try Haha! You're a natural. I can tell you're going to be great at this already. Now, how about we get a bit more comfortable with the interface? There are a few different things that we need to learn about. First up, we have the switches. These allow us to direct the train's route and decide which track they'll follow. Try clicking the highlighted switch.
There are a lot of things it will not go into in detail, but it does a great job of teaching the essentials, and from then, you can rely on the smaller tutorials for each individual technology. That's right, when you unlock something new and complex, there is an option to start a whole separate mini tutorial, where you will learn how to use this new toy, and all you need to understand them is the things you learn in the main campaign. I will be honest, I am far from being even remotely experienced with the game. I only have a couple hours clocked on the Steam version as of making this video. As a result, I cannot show you any kind of massively complex networks, but how about we do a small session, where we turn a tiny corner of the East London map into a busy hub of activity. We will do this at double speed, just so it doesn't take up too much time. So, we are only going to deal with this tiny little section of rail, right between Dartford and Stone Crossing, in East London. Since this is the very start of the game, we need to do everything ourselves. We need to manually turn the signals green, toggle the switches to ensure the trains go on the right tracks, and we need to turn them around by hand in Dartford, or they will continue going forward if left to their own devices. The trains arrive at Platform 1 in Stone Crossing, and leave on Platform 2. We need to keep to this, or we will end up causing issues as the network traffic increases. Thankfully, we started with 3 upgrade points, so successfully dispatching 2 trains was enough to get 5. For now, we just got the auto accept upgrade, so we no longer need to manually usher in incoming trains, they will simply roll into their assigned platform by themselves. To get the next thing we should buy, we will need 5 points, so we need to deal with 3 more trains. The thing is, we have plenty of time when nothing's going on. If we accept some more contracts, we can not only increase our profits, but also the rate at which we get those much needed research points. We just need to make sure we set the timetable in a way where we don't get any conflicts. For now, we need to be careful. To gain the ability to adjust these after the initial setup, we will need to unlock a separate upgrade, and we cannot afford that right now. And here's the new service we just added. Every new contract first need to do a trial run, to ensure we can actually deal with the new requirements. Once it passes through the network from start to finish, and there are no hiccups, we can finalize the contract. And we can afford the auto reverse upgrade. We no longer need to manually turn trains around, they will do that by themselves as needed. That will surely save us a lot of clicks in the long run. Anyways, that new service we added was a success. To ensure we chew our way through the upgrades, I think we should add more. Since we got the auto accept and auto reverse technologies, we only need to deal with the signals and the switch right now. And even those will be automated soon enough. Anyways, while we wait for the upgrade points to accrue, we can keep adding new services to the network, expanding our pool of contracts that will generate both money and tech points for us. I think that about covers the amount of services that I am comfortable with right now. Any more, and I'm sure I would get overwhelmed. Next is definitely the auto routing signal. This one allows us to simply give the signal a destination, and it will automatically set the switches along the route to the correct positions, so that's another thing we can stop worrying about. Uh-oh. It seems I was a bit overzealous with the new contracts. There is a conflict, indicated by the bright candy corn looking orange pips on the timetable. This will cause some momentary disruption on the network, but once the offending contract finishes its trial run, we can simply reject it, and it will no longer cause any trouble. How about we take a quick look at the map? It's quite big. It will take quite a bit of careful planning and meticulous engineering to connect everything up in a way where everything runs smoothly. But for now, we are only concerned with this tiny little corner, and once we have it running smoothly, then we can start thinking about expanding. And here's the last piece of the puzzle we need. The perpetual circuit. This is what we will use to automate the signals. They attach to the lights, and we can tell it to send trains going through that signal to a certain point. In this case, we want to send trains from Stone Crossing to Dartford, and back. At this point, this network is fully automated. We can take our hands off it, and it will function all on its own, routing trains where they need to go. The only problem is that extra service I added by accident. All we can do is let it run its course, and the trains will get back into the usual rhythm soon enough. We just need to refuse that contract after the trial run, and the timetable conflict is no longer present. From here on, things should run more smoothly. At this point, we can either increase the density of the traffic, fine-tuning the timetable to squeeze every possible second of usage out of the tracks, or start expanding toward other stations, adding whole new kinds of services as they come up. In case you're worried about the longevity of the game, I can tell you that there is no need. There are dozens of maps that the game comes with, spread out among the different game modes. But here's the best thing. The Steam version has a workshop, and as of the making of this video, there are almost 2,000 items uploaded to it, so the replayability is practically endless. And if you are not a Steam user, and got the game on GOG, you're still in luck. The game comes with the ability to link up to the mod.io ecosystem, and allow you to download maps that way. You can even copy-paste map strings from the official Discord if you want. The developers really made sure to make it as painless as possible for everyone to get new maps. Before we go, I would like to thank the developers for giving me this opportunity to cover the game, and for providing me with a key to try it out. In case you are interested, I will include links to the Steam and GOG pages where you can buy it. And don't forget, if you managed to catch this video right around the release window, the game should be sporting a 25% discount to celebrate the 1.0 version. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.